In this video we're going to talk about the costs of having your syringoma removed. This is a very difficult question to answer because it depends on the area affected, so where are your syringoma, whether are eruptive syringoma or not, so to say whether your syringoma are developing on your body, on certain parts of your body and whatnot. So how many syringoma, and the recurrence rate, because obviously if you do have syringoma, you have them removed and then they come back, then you still need to pay more to have them removed. So now let's keep this factor of the recurrence rate the same, and the number and the area that syringoma is affecting your body the same. Only according to the treatment, the most expensive way, and also is quite effective as well, is lasers. Lasers are the most effective, the most expensive and maybe even effective ways of removing syringoma. But they're not the ones that we suggest, simply because if you have had syringoma and you've tried already, you'll realize that even after laser removal, they will be back if they want to be back. So the recurrence rate is quite high no matter what. So lasers is the most expensive way to remove your syringoma, and we're talking about in the region between $1,000 to $2,000 per laser treatment session, depending on what cosmetic clinic you go to, if you're living in the United States or elsewhere in the world. Elsewhere in the world outside the United States, Canada and Europe, you might find that the prices are much lower even for laser removal. So you can count on a very high cost of laser treatments. Then if you're actually using electrical arcing, which does the same thing as laser treatments, the success rate is the exact same. The prices are much lower, because electrical arcing or plasma or fibroblasting, whatever you want to call them, or electrolysis, are much less regulated devices than lasers, and much more accessible, much more easy to use than lasers for syringoma removal, and therefore much cheaper. And we're talking about in the region between $200 to $500 per treatment for syringoma removal. Said that, because syringoma are unforgiving in terms of recurrence, that is to say, you do your best to remove them completely and flatten them out completely, they will be very likely want to be back very soon as your healing progression is over. As soon as the area is healed, you'll find very likely your syringoma back in place where they were before. So the best treatments, which are the most cost effective, are the use of specialized cosmetic peels. Namely, the one that you can find cheaply online is TCA, Trichloroacetic acid, and you find it for maybe $10, $5, depending on where you buy it from. The concentrations have got to be higher than 50%. However, they're quite unforgiving. They've got loads of contraindications. You've got to be able to use them. You've got to be able to have a neutralizer to stop its effects of the effects of TCA. But they do actually, TCA is extremely effective as syringoma removal, and they actually do remove syringoma at the same in the same way, but chemically, then the lasers or electrical arcing burn them off. So instead of burning them off using light energy or electricity, you actually burn them off chemically using TCA. However, if you want to have something that is very safe for home use and just as effective as TCA lasers or electrical arcing, the syringe remover is one of the options, and we have the syringe remover on our website, syringomaremoval.com. The benefits of using the syringe remover is that you can buy it from our website. You've got our support. It's very safe for home use, especially because when you actually apply it, you don't need to have neutralizers there, and you can only stop its effects by wiping off the syringe remover using a tissue or a cloth and then rinse the area and drying it off, and you've actually neutralized the product completely. And you can regulate the depth of ablation by regulating the length of time which you're actually keeping the syringe remover on your syringoma. So this is all. Basically, to summarize it, you can actually spend between $2,000 US or even more in certain other clinics, and down to $10 if you're using TCA, or $100 if you use $100 odd if you're using the syringe remover. So you've got many options available to you, and also remember that the degree of work that you have to do in order to remove them is also dependent on the amount of area that your syringoma is spreading over, and the recurrence rate of your syringoma. So if they recur after each treatment, you've got to repeat the treatment over and over and over again. So this is all for this video. Should you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with us. You'll find loads of resources and information for free on syringomaremoval.com.